All right, everybody. Welcome to SummoNerds. I'm Evan.
And I'm Matt.
And today we've got a really interesting matchup for you, I think. We've got I'm Glurblub of the Swamp Mercs.
And I am playing Frick of the Cave Goblins again. Wanted to get Frick another chance on film. I think he got camera shy in our last game.
Yeah. And I just love Glurblub. I think I played him against Matt's Moira in the past on this channel. Mm-hmm. And I also just kind of wanted to give him a shot at a win that I felt good about anyway. Mm-hmm. So we started out here. Matt got the first roll. Things are looking bad already.
So yeah, and I brought that Clinger up with me with that run and that Oaf moving forward. Clingers are absolutely amazing units.
They're so good.
So are Runts. In fact, there's not a unit I dislike in Frick's deck. In his base deck, there's not a common unit I dislike.
No, they're all really fantastic for different reasons. And I like his champions, but they're the ones that are easiest for me to build out because there are just so many options. There are so many perfect options in the Cave Goblins champion list, and so like I don't mind taking a few out of Frick's and like putting in some other option that's also great. But the commons, it's hard for me to take out like Runts and Clingers.
Right.
That's rough for me. Mm-hmm. So I had some rogues in my hand again. I think I haven't played a game without rogues in Glurblub's deck in a long time because they're just really nice. If you've got like some vine walls behind your opponent, you can summon in a rogue and backstab them.
Yeah, for
really
one magic for 3 dice, really nice.
Yeah, it's a really nice feeling combo.
3 dice is really nice.
Yeah, just shut up. So anyway, yeah, we've got me here. I'm getting a little crazy with this Boarboon. I'm gonna try to hit that Oaf, and if I hit 2 dice, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, I'm hoping he hits 2 dice or 0 dice. Those are the ones I want him to hit.
First, I'm gonna miss everything.
Oh well, I didn't remember that roll, but I'm happy with that one.
Yeah, this is not as pleasant as it could be. I got the 1 die. I got the one. That was what I wanted there on that Oaf. We did it. Alrighty. And dumping a bunch of stuff to Magic.
Oh yeah, that was Glurblub against the Clinger.
Yeah.
That's what that was. Yeah.
I needed that to go through for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's like terrible feeling to miss with Glurblub on a 1 health unit.
Yeah,
that's just an awful thing.
Well, yeah, because that's pretty much his whole idea is that he picks off low health things and is able to make vine walls out of them.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to get vine walls with Glurblub than it is with Muglug in terms of just kind of for killing units and making them into vine walls. Glurblub has spore carriers, obviously. That's kind of your only hope for getting quick vine walls. Mm-hmm. But you really need to connect with those attacks when you have the chance with Glurblub. You can't afford to miss these things.
Right. But his vine walls, I feel, are more lethal because of his events like Vine Bind, which is just brutal to the enemy, and the Vine Lash, obviously situational. Here's my hand. Sorry, there's I have hordes of rabble and some other stuff.
This is why you watch us. This is the kind of commentary that you come to us for. Hordes of rabble and some other stuff.
Yeah. Hordes of rabble is there.
We confirmed that. Yeah. You don't have to wonder about it anymore. Mm-hmm. We know Hordes of rabble was in his hand.
Yeah.
All right. So you played something. Gosh darn it. This is P.S. This is, I think, the last game we played on this camera. So this is my phone still. So I think after this, it's all new camera stuff. Mm-hmm. And I didn't get some crazy Hollywood like movie magic camera, but it's like way better than this. So it'll look nicer in the future. We won't have to worry about what events Matt was playing.
Right.
So, all right, let's see what happens. I think you played a what is it? Is Hordes of Rabble the ones that allows you to move up with your units?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you played that.
I played Hordes of... It looks like I played something else also. There's another one.
Yeah, maybe
Discord.
the Throw Rocks. I don't know, though. Maybe join the Horde.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was join the Horde.
Join the Horde, and then Hordes of Rabble. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, because I summoned off that wall, didn't I?
Yeah.
For that
so,
oath. Yeah, so that was a join the horde. Yeah.
So, then he moved Frick, which I think we found out later was wrong. Right, because that only counts for commons.
Frick can't
so
move.
You notice Frick moved there, but that's okay. We actually figured that out on Matt's next turn, and he corrected it. We both agreed that it would be better if he just moved Frick back. It didn't affect my move, and it didn't really affect his move either. It wasn't like a big deal either way, so we just kind of took that back in the next round, or the next turn here. So spoilers, he doesn't beat me this turn. You move Frick back there.
Yeah, with the Klinger, I think we might be thinking of next game.
We probably are thinking next game.
Yeah, because I might have made a mistake. I made the mistake in this one, too.
So that's a little spoiler for you guys. There are 2 games in this. If you read the description before the game, of course, you'll know that, because I was right in the description that if we have multiple games. But this first game, it was a little rough for me, with Matt going first, killing both my units, me missing him with Glurblub, him hitting me for a bunch of dice here. It's just like a bad... I just got a lot of pressure on me early, and wasn't in an amazing position. So you get to see... Frick is just a monster.
Yeah.
If he gets any momentum.
Yep, so I have a bunch of units up in Glurblub's face, and he has just a Boarboon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a scary Oaf up there. This is me with my... Oh, I was just attacking the wall, and then I think I'm going to use Frick's ability here at the end for another attack.
Yep.
I think I'm actually attacking my Klinger with Frick first, and I do a double whiff. Yeah, so I don't get that magic. I think I was counting my magic and thought, oh, that would be an easy way to get exactly what I wanted. But so now I'm using Frick's ability plus join the horde to get that one more.
There on Glurblub. That's good. That's good. So, all right, we'll see what happens here to me. What's my hand look like? Let's see if I get into the right camera angle. I've got Mick, Swamp Rat, Boarboon, Spore Carrier, Swamp Rat. So that's all right. That's a decent hand. What I really probably needed somehow right now is Find Bind. I don't know how I would use it exactly, but I need some space. I need to keep Matt from slaughtering me in this next turn, and I don't know how I'm going to do it exactly. There we go. Swamp Rat. I think I'm going to Spore Carriers that Swamp Rat and maybe the Boarboon, but I can't remember. About to find out. I actually might. Let's see.
Might just be on the Swamp Rat.
Yeah, there we go. Another Swamp Rat.
Okay, so
2 Swamp Rats. Yeah, I might actually keep the Boarboon. That's probably.
Also, I think we've stressed in the past we're big fans of the Swamp Rats.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, their attack and teleport ability is great. For numerous reasons, maybe to get out of the way of Glurblub, or to block off Glurblub after an attack, something.
Yeah,
like
you
that.
can. What I like to do with Swamp Rats is you can either have them in front of Glurblub. The Swamp Rat hits your opponent, weakening them for Glurblub to attack, and then the Swamp Rat moves out of the way and Glurblub shoots through and hits the unit.
Right.
Or I will try to hit something like, for example, this Oaf. I could attack it with Glurblub, and then from range, if there's like the walls would have to be positioned slightly differently, so this example isn't gonna work perfectly, but you'll get the idea. If, for example, he didn't get 2 for 2 on the Oaf, and there was a wall kind of closer to Glurblub, what I could do is attack with Glurblub, attack with the Swamp Rat. If Glurblub didn't kill the Oaf, the Swamp Rat could move in between the Oaf and Glurblub. So if it of course didn't work that way based on the. There we go. So I got him with Glurblub. That was softening him up with the Swamp Rat, not necessarily using Swamp Rat's ability, but softening him up with the Swamp Rat.
Right.
My voice already sounds hoarse. It's been a long day, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
my voice sounds hoarse too.
But yeah, that's a little weird. My voice is going to give out halfway through this. Oh yeah. Say this is a phone. Last time this will be a problem.
Yeah,
Actually, that was the Summoner Wars notification.
Yeah.
Someone wanted to play a game with me. I didn't feel comfortable giving out their name unless they told me I could, so I just blocked it.
Yeah, it's like a game within a game. No, it's not, Matt.
Clearly, I didn't get back to the... Oh, gosh, I have, like, a game with you, Matt, that's probably almost run out of time. I wasn't paying attention to that today.
Oh, no, we have plenty of time on that.
Just wasn't thinking about that at all. If I sometimes I take a couple days between games, guys. Sorry if any of you try to play me. Sometimes I forget for a day or two.
Here we are. I have a task. I have Taskmasters in this deck because I like, maybe whip those Oafs up there. Whip anything really with like more than 1 health, obviously, but
specifically the Oafs.
Yeah, the Oafs in particular want to get them wounded. So and when maybe combined with a join the horde, so they can have a double attack on something big, preferably Glurblub. But I also had the Eater in my hand. I've become a big fan of the Eater. At first, when I first played this game, like, oh, the Eater's awesome, and then like I went through a phase where I didn't like the Eater, and now I love the Eater again. So we've come full circle on that one, and
the Eater really is spectacular for such a low cost, and the ability to destroy any of your opponent's commons after the turn, like a Savager can just be instantly killed, or a Jungle Guard can be instantly killed. That's crazy.
Yep, a mutation.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And especially in this Swamp Merc deck, like there could very easily be Savagers in here.
Yeah, I'm sure I did build them in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Swamp Orcs have some heavy hitting commons that are just nice to munch on. So obviously,
Mercenaries could have something good too. Like, it's hard to know.
Glurblub does have a reasonable counter to the Eater with the Vine Binds, but it all balances out in the end. And anyway, the Eater is just
the Eater has 3 attack for 4 costs. So, I mean, that just by itself is pretty great.
Right. The Eater eats a Savager. He's already made up his cost.
I know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what the Eater is actually just a really great unit. And here I think we're playing him. Yep, there we go.
Yes. So
Eater comes out. The Boarboon is in trouble. Which is bad for me because I don't have a way of really blocking that wall unless that Boarboon stayed there. I was kind of hoping that 3 health would last for 1 turn, but nope. I don't know, health or life. It's a little bit of
Yeah.
3 opportunities for wounds.
But yeah, so here I just the Eater. I don't necessarily care to have him be like the primary attacking force against Glurblub. I have several commons up there that can do that right now. I feel like I'm in a pretty big winning position, so I can eat that Boarboon, and that's already another advantage. I don't need the Eater to be up there. I have 3 commons, and I'll just take out that Boarboon with a 100% chance, and it's nice.
Yeah, so Matt's in like a pretty phenomenal position right now, just whacking on Glurblub.
Yep.
Got the Eater up there to mop up anything I can throw down, and unless it's a champion. I'm not exactly sure how much magic I have right now, but it might be enough for Mick, but it doesn't really matter if it is, because Glurblub has 1 hit left, and can't possibly kill all of those units and save himself in time. Especially not in the long term. He might be able to get out of this turn or something, but he certainly can't live through the whole game.
Right. Yeah, so now there's 3 commons up there he has to contend with. That Oaf, if he attacks the Oaf, he runs the chance of doing 2 wounds to it. And any join the horde play here gives me, like with the Oaf, would give me 2 attacks on Glurblub, counting Frick's ability. So it's
got a couple of Spore Carriers there you saw, and make the Tusk and a Swamp Rat. It's not exactly what I need, but
Yeah, so here's
that's what I got. There we go. Mick goes down for all 5, I'm assuming. Oh, I had 6. All right, good. There we go. So
There's a little rogue there on the magic pile, it looks like.
So there we go. Spore carriers. Got rid of those two. I think, did I Vine Bind as well? Yeah, there we go. Vine Bind.
Vine Bind.
So this is my plan here. Now that I've got all those commons locked down, if Mick can kill this Oaf, which he is likely to do because of the number of dice he now has, Glurblub can hit the Clinger and be safe from any other attack this turn.
Yep. So here comes...
So I bought myself a turn if I kill the Oaf. If I don't kill the Oaf, I'm in huge trouble.
Yeah. Right, so, but here comes Johnny with this roll. Let's see. So,
3 hits.
So there's the dead Oaf, yep.
So that's huge. Now I also have to hit 1 out of 2 here or I'm completely dead.
Yep. So here we go. And that's it, yeah, 6 and 2. So that's gone, and a fine wall.
So I've most likely ensured a turn of life here.
Right. So now I have... Yep, my Runt can't move up for the final whack because of that Vine Bind, and my the Eater is also stuck. Any summon, if I summon on that wall next to the Eater, that unit is immediately bound as well, so I can't even run on the Vine wall. It's just stuck after the summon.
He could at least feed his Eater with the unit if he really wanted to. That would be easy to do, but yeah, I'm hoping that this is where Glurblub is now. I get a turn. Then I can kind of run Glurblub into the swamp I've created and keep him alive for as long as I can.
Right, and then just, obviously, he can no longer join the fight. Glurblub is...
Well, unless he pulls a Moldaria and takes all the hits and just keeps coming. Mm-hmm. That's my goal for this game, really, at this point. I'm hoping Frick just chokes again.
Yeah, like Frick forgets his lines or something.
All right, trying to figure out what Matt should do.
Yep.
Taking his time.
Because So I am joining the Horde, it looks like, with that Taskmaster and that Oaf. I do have a cool play in store.
Man, always is a cool play in store.
So there's a double throw rocks.
And this is key. This is big stuff right here.
So now
Matt's very likely to win.
Yep. So I have what it is I have 2 chances on that wall, and then Frick's ability will give me a chance to shoot Glurblub once that wall is gone.
So he has 4 to hit 2 on the wall, and then he still has 2 to hit 1 on Glurblub. Mm-hmm. And if he just goes 2 for 2 on the wall with his Runt, then he has 4 to hit 1 on Glurblub. So really, he's doing well.
Yep.
This is the power of Frick. He just has crazy good events and crazy good use of his commons, and he can just swarm things with such aggression. And he can stay safe the whole time. He doesn't have to get up in the middle of things like Glurblub does.
So now so now I have 4 to hit 1 on Glurblub because that Runt did his thing on that wall. So here is 2, and that's game. Yep. So there is game 1. Frick just overwhelming the beginning because of that one double miss from Glurblub. Was able to just dominate the game because of that.
My voice is just killing me. Drink a little Pepsi here.
Whoa, a little what?
A little Pepsi, I think. There we go.
Yeah.
Refresh my voice.
What do you think of that, Joe?
Show the Pepsi hate. All right. So I went first this time, and that's going to change everything.
Yeah, I'm like, darn, now I can't just run up there and win instantly. So here is Glurblub killing my Doofy, my Runt, and putting a Vine Wall in its place. So this is already very different. Oh, but the Boarboon just did a double whiff on something.
Yeah, that is
like
unfortunate. It's not the perfect first turn, but that's okay.
At least the Vine Wall.
I'm going to get some magic here from my own unit. Oh, no.
Okay, so
So Glurblub ran right out the door on his first turn, all excited, and his units just fell right on their faces.
Yep, his units couldn't. I don't know.
Glurblub. So us thinking fast on our feet, getting those jokes ready. So yeah, Matt's trying to figure, he can easily kill the Boarboon, but then he has to deal with that vine wall somehow.
Apparently, I'm also deciding whether or not to show my hand. There I go.
Actually, I've noticed this trend between us. I like to immediately show my hand. You like to wait approximately a minute and a half and then show your hand and then immediately take your turn.
Yeah, I don't.
You like
I don't
to
know
think
what
of the
that's
turn
about.
first and then. But here you actually had like a little break where you still were thinking. But yeah, no, this is the thing. You can easily kill either the wall or the Boarboon. Killing both is going to be difficult. And the wall gives me access to Frick potentially. This is what I like about Glurblub. And those rogues come in such handy. What am I even saying? They can come in handy in this situation because I can summon a rogue on his back row. So I can get behind things very easily.
Such handy.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so
Pepsi didn't help my grammar.
But yeah, so the both teams have a very interesting start against a lot of factions. Actually, they can both be very offensive, and that is something.
Profound.
Yeah, I was just looking at the board. I got like
You zoned out a little on that.
yeah, no, it's the formation of Frick right there with all the units around the wall. It's like,
That's kind of cool looking.
yeah.
Yep. Here we go.
So this looks like a hordes of rabble.
Yep, moving all your units up one.
I think I do the same thing.
Yeah,
I
I
move
think you
Frick,
move
and then
Frick,
then I learned later that was a boo-boo.
Again, really, it didn't affect either game. So, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when I moved with Moira in the previous game when it was Moira and your Vlox, and I moved 3 units with Moira at the beginning of the game, but it actually didn't affect anything because of where I ended up moving. I could have done all of that, and I did on my next turn.
Right.
So, it's all right. We make mistakes sometimes too, guys. We're not perfect. Just perfect looking.
You're absolutely right about that, but
We're darn good.
right, absolutely. And here
We're not perfect. All right, yeah, here goes Matt. I'll stop trying to make myself laugh.
Here I go with those clingers again. I'm really good at that.
Matt showing his skill with those clingers.
Yeah. I do get up to 6 attacks this turn.
Yeah. So you're making sure you can make use of them, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, that's... Yeah, I feel like with Hordes of Rabble, it's somewhat rare to just be able to attack 6 enemy units or, like, 6 attacks
It's a
on
little
like,
hard.
a champion or something.
Yep.
But, yeah, when you are able, it's very satisfying.
So Matt's strategy here was to completely ignore both the Boarboon and the wall, and to just go for Glurblub,
Yeah.
who I didn't think was really in range for quite this attack, but he is.
Yeah, I just completely ignored the 2 big threats to me and went straight for the throat. So
Because Frick can do that. He can afford to do anything he wants. So, okay, he decided not to move the Runt first and to move the Oaf all the way up, and then you move the Runt there. So he's really putting Glurblub in a terrible position. That's what he's trying to do here.
Right. I'm trying to cut off Glurblub from escape.
Surround him, and keep him from being able to escape next turn. He's got 3 attacks on him this turn, potentially. So there's a nice... Yep. Got that Swordsman. So not getting out of this that easily. Alright, Swamp Rat's dead too.
Yep. We'll see who I'm attacking here. Probably the
that
Swordsman.
second Swordsman, yeah. Yep. Now for Glurblub. Yep.
There's a hit on Glurblub. Lots of nice hits coming in for me.
This is what Frick can do. He can hit every die.
That is the not in that Moldaria game.
Yeah, I guess I should make that joke about Frick with you. Oh, there are 3 hits. So Matt just hit every die.
I did.
It's okay though, because
now that is debatable whether or not I should have used that last attack on that swamp rat. Although no, sorry, it wasn't a join. I didn't play join the horde, so that was not possible.
That was not possible. You had to use.
So there's nothing to debate.
Yes. So Matt did a great move. Got all the dice. So I've got Spore Carriers, a Savager, Spore Carriers, a Wall, Swamp Rat. Nothing. Nothing that makes this look great for me.
Right.
I'm not in a good position. But I might be able to work some Swamp Rat trickery. I might be able to do something with Spore Carriers. I don't think I have enough for Mick the Tusk, enough magic. But there we go. Swamp Rat. And yep, there's the wall. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a safe space, a safe swamp that I can run to. You can kind of see where I want that swamp to be. I want it to be kind of middle map, back in my territory, and then I want to move my Glurblub close to it. If I kill both of these 1-cost units with each of my 2-die attacks, then I've got only an Oaf near me, which could, with a Join the Horde, be incredibly deadly. Because he could first of all create a wall and then summon something near me, but he could also just hit me for a bunch with 1 Oaf. He can hit me 2 times potentially. I'm not out of the woods by doing these moves, but if I can take care of those 2 threats, that's 2 less potential attacking points.
Right.
And then I'm hoping I can kind of sneak back into that swamp I'm creating. I'm trying to separate his other forces to his climber, his clinger and his runt from being able to swing in and help. That's another reason for those walls. But that forward wall placed near his forward wall, or his first wall, I guess, the reason for that really is just to prevent him from being able to summon anything that can immediately move down the board, down onto my side. I guess you could play a climber, but
yeah, well, spoilers, I don't have any of those in my deck.
Yeah, that's something a little atypical for either of us. The 0-cost commons are so good in this deck, it's really hard to justify a climber, and I think Join the Horde only works on 2 costs, right, or higher.
Join the Horde, Join the Horde only lets you say 2 or less costs from your hand are 0-cost units.
Okay.
That, like, from your hand.
Yeah.
Like anything everything on the board
Yeah.
becomes. But then Join the Horde also says you can just summon during the event phase.
Yeah.
So you can just summon champion also off a wall or something.
Yeah.
With it. Yeah. Need 3 of those.
So which is amazing. I love that card. So okay, Eater's out again. Not great for me because the Boarboons now doomed. And I was hoping he could stick around and protect Glurblub a little more, but that's not going to happen.
So yeah, here's the Eater again, gonna do that same thing he did before, and he's just gonna eat those high health units. So, there's a
wall.
There's a wall. I did move Frick back.
Yes. That's what we were talking about this game. No. Matt realized that he wasn't supposed to move Frick the previous turn with Hordes of Rabble. So he moved Frick back. We decided that was okay. We both agreed on it in the moment. We could have ruled that he should have been left in the incorrect place if that had been if we thought that had been more fair, but it wasn't more fair. So
I would have there was really no preference for me whether he was that one space away or not.
In this case, thankfully, it did not affect anyone really one way or the other. But we don't have it's hard to make rules for how mistake moves should be handled. Usually, we just kind of try to pick whatever was the most fair to both players in the moment and go for that. And so that's what we did this time too.
Yeah.
Matt ended up moving Frick anyway, so it didn't
Yeah.
to where he could have moved from either position. All right, so one miss. I don't know which one that was with. On the vine wall, I'm assuming. One of your little commons.
It was probably against Glurblub.
I don't think it was. Let's see where this lands. This die is gonna hit, yeah, and this is gonna be on Glurblub. Nope, no, on the vine wall. Okay, never mind. I was wrong. I remembered a lot of dice hitting Glurblub this game. That's why I was. There we go. So, and he eats that. That's good. All right, so out of 4 dice, you managed to kill the vine wall.
Yep.
But it's all right because I slowed his advance a little bit. So now what I need is something that can deal with that oaf and also the eater and maybe those commons.
Yep.
I don't have any way of summoning really back near Glurblub. And here we'll see what I've got. Spore Carriers, Swordsmen, Spore Carriers, Savager. So 2 Savagers is always what you want in your hand. Because everyone's got 8 magic lying around for
2 commons.
For 2 commons that can be eaten by the eater. So those are not helpful. But one could be helpful in like back with the Runts and the Clinger potentially, but not near the eater. That's not going to help me. I might actually be able to play the Savager off of the vine wall. Yeah, where that was. I had a Swordsman too. And yeah, that's the Savager. So I had 5 magic. So I could do this potentially. Kill the Oaf. Save Glurblub. Or just vine wall.
Spore Carriers came out on the on the Swordsman.
Yeah. And here we go. Yep. Keep him away from the eater.
Yeah.
Don't want to waste 4 magic and give Matt that kind of satisfaction.
So here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus. No, it's actually a Savager.
It's actually a Savager.
So that Oaf's really, really mad right now. He's
and this is incredibly scary. If you don't hit this, the 3. If you don't hit this with Glurblub, I was done.
Yeah, that was yep.
That was key that I had that hit.
And what's nice about this is that I can still get 2 die on Glurblub this turn because my other
because I was not able to prevent that in any way.
Yep.
If I'd hit all 3 with the Savager, of course I could have shot the Clinger with Glurblub, but either way, I wasn't going to kill the Runt, who could just move on to the vine wall that the Clinger had created.
Right.
So that was Glurblub was going to take some attacks this turn. Again, this game immediately I'm on my back foot. Matt's aggressive.
Join the horde, join the horde, join the horde. All 3 join the hordes I drew into that turn.
I like that. I like that those are clogging your hand.
I would have really liked to have some units to go along with the join the hordes, but that's okay.
It's not how life works. If you could have had 2 throw rocks, you could have slaughtered me this turn.
Yep.
You could have moved the Runt back and forth, moved the Clinger behind him, and shot over the Runt with the Clinger.
Yep.
If you could even with 1 throw rocks, you could have done that.
That's actually amazing.
With 1 throw rocks, you could have had 3 die to hit me this turn. With 2 throw rocks, you could have had 6.
Yeah. That's amazing.
I really Frick, I think, is one of the most deadly, like just devastating summoners. When he has any momentum, there's just no stopping him. It's so scary.
Yeah. He is a mad beast, that's for sure.
So did you join the horde there to get out that oaf? Is that what you did?
Yes. Yep.
So you can eat it?
Yep, yep. I used it. I used to join the horde, so I wouldn't.
You used
pay
a
for
card.
it.
Yeah, you used a card that can be used to summon during the event phase, so that your eater didn't starve.
Yeah. Yep.
This turn.
I
just so you didn't have to pay a couple magic.
Yep. And I have the other join the hordes in my hand, so I'm like...
I mean, it was probably the best move. It's just hilarious.
Yeah, I know. It's...
So you had actually 3 die on me this turn anyway. What? My phone's going bananas. I don't know what that was. Sorry, everyone.
Oh, that was the
So
Eater
rude.
rolling on a vine wall.
Did you just miss all 3?
Yeah.
Ooh. I did not recall that. Alright. Let's see what happens here. So I'm definitely in a tight spot again, and I'm already down to 5 wounds in this game. It's just like last game. I'm surrounded. He's got units everywhere. He can summon from just about anywhere. The Eater's in my face too.
Yep.
I'm just in a terrible position again. I don't have any way of creating vine walls that will block the Eater's advance. Glurblub can only really move in one location, and that is the back corner, because anywhere else the Eater could potentially just walk there.
Yep.
And hit him. So it's not. So if Glurblub goes there, I'm thinking, where does the Savager go?
Yeah.
Because the Savager's going to get eaten if I go there. Yep. So now I've sealed the Savager's fate. There's nowhere the Savager can go that the Eater can't just eat him.
Yep.
So where do I want the Eater to have to move is my question. I move the Savager in front of Glurblub. I roll to see if he actually can do this. It's kind of a big deal if he doesn't.
Yep, but he can.
But he can, so he's alright. So now, because that's a Clinger back there, the Clinger can't, if I hit this, yeah, there we go, the Clinger can't suddenly jump back and hit my Glurblub. Glurblub's safe for a turn again. Just one turn at a time. You got to be able to take this kind of stuff as it comes. So now the Eater. Just such a scary monster to have to face there. Oh my gosh. Fortunately, where you are, let's see. You're going to eat the Savager almost assuredly, because it would be silly not to. That's such an economic hit for me to lose such a powerful unit that way.
Right.
And then that keeps you close up near me. But the problem you're going to begin to experience is how will the Eater continue to eat up there?
Yeah, he would have to roll off a vine wall, unless I fed him my own stuff. But and then he could very easily get vine bound, one of those two. He could very easily have that happen to him. But yeah. So eating like we were talking about before, eating a Savager. So I paid for the Eater. I already ate a Boarboon, and now I'm gonna eat a Savager. So he's already done his job, essentially. So well worth his cost.
Yeah.
Glurblub is at 5 wounds compared to my Frick, who is at 0.
Gosh. Yep, things looking bad for me again. I've already spent more magic than Matt by a decent amount because of the Savager.
Yep.
And the Swordsmen, just those 2 units actually, I think are more. I don't think you've spent a single magic except for the Eater this game.
Yeah.
If I'm recalling, because you joined the Horde so you could eat that Oaf. So yeah, so I'm already in the hole in magic. You haven't used very many of your events, so you're still just as scary as ever.
Yep.
And you're right. Yeah, I've got a ton of wounds on my summoner, and you've got a full health champion really close to where I am.
Yep. So
here we go.
So economically, yeah, I have a big
economic
big
and
lead.
positioning. Really, it's both. So we got a runt. Got a runt out there, and throw rocks.
Yeah, throw rocks.
Yep. So, all right, here we go. So you're going to try to eat through my vine walls?
Yeah. So I'm going to... Yeah, the goal here is for the Eater to attack the vine wall under himself, kill that, and the Runt just have a shot at going 2 for 2 on the turn at that vine wall. And then there's no vine wall that the Eater has to worry about. So there is one of the wounds.
With the Runt. Yep.
Yep.
The Eater will... Oh, okay, the Clinger will attack.
Yeah.
Don't want to waste an attack.
Mm-hmm. Clinger hits the main wall. Now the Eater is going to attack the wall under himself. And... voila! He didn't do it. So
the Eater struggled with some walls this game.
Yeah.
They're just not as tasty.
Yeah, he doesn't want to eat them. He wants to slash at them. But, so the Runt did do his job, and the Eater didn't do his. So it actually worked out odds-wise.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
That's true. Because you got 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
So...
And I ate the Savager. Yum!
Yeah, so that's bad for me. So, I can run away with Glurblub for one more turn from the Eater and not get hit by that. Because I've got that those walls placed where I do as well, I have a decent chance of getting away from this for a little while. And remaining relatively unscathed.
Right.
Unless he has a Hordes of Rabble or 2 to play. Thank goodness there's no Goblin Invincibility in Frick's deck. I think that's 6 or 7 I had there. Yeah, 7. So here comes Mig.
Mr. the Tusk himself.
Yes. So, Vine Bind, I think that's what that is? No,
Yeah.
Vine Lash.
Vine Lash.
Vine
So,
Lash.
ouch, the Eater said.
So this is kind of unfortunate. The reason Mick had to go there was so that he couldn't move a unit up from his wall, and he couldn't move the Eater back. He had to on his next turn. That was the goal here, so that I could starve out the Eater. But it also put me in a position where I'm gonna attack the Eater, and the Eater's gonna get a free attack on me.
Yep.
I didn't have anything else I could have blocked the Eater with, or because if it was a common, I'm still giving him another turn with the Eater. Had to be a champion.
Mm-hmm.
There I go. I get 3 hits on the Eater that don't matter because I'm not going to get that magic.
Yeah.
The Eater's gonna. It's almost worse because the Eater's like I at this point the Eater's in kill range, but he's basically denied.
Yeah.
I'm basically gonna get denied here.
Yep. That's absolutely true.
I could have potentially kept Glurblub where he was and shot at the Eater, but that's really risky.
Yeah, that was.
And there's no reason for that.
Right.
But it does look like Mick is probably not going to survive several turns.
Yeah.
He's not going to make a long appearance in this game.
Right, and that's big because the Eater already ate a 4 magic unit for nothing.
Yep.
So now the Eater's essentially going to
Cause Mick's demise.
cause a 5 cost
Yep.
demise.
One of my champions too.
Yeah. All at 4 cost for me.
Yeah, so at 4 cost for Matt, he's able to take out 9 costs of my units. Also, one of my champions is included in that. So huge economic boost for Matt, and but I was kind of desperate. It was that or let the Eater continue surviving and attacking me all game. So there is a way that the Eater could live through this. Potentially, what Matt could do is summon a unit off of one of his walls and move it up, and then the Eater would have to get off of the vine wall and move towards it as well.
Yeah.
That's still possible, and I know that. But that actually puts the Eater in a kind of a bad position for Matt, because it's not really. He can't keep it moving forward. He can't. He can only attack Mick from one side then, probably, unless he summons several things this turn. So it's like not. It's not as bad if he moved there. So at least I'm forcing his movement. I always think it's better when you're able to dictate your opponent's moves, even if those moves aren't completely detrimental to your opponent, even if they're still reasonable moves. If you're forcing them to make specific moves, you're still controlling the game.
Yep.
And that's valuable.
Absolutely.
So if he were to move the Eater where I described next to Mick, it would be a forced move, a move that I kept him, that I made him make. So that's still good for me, really, if that had happened.
Right. So what I've just done here is I've summoned Mook for all 5 of my magic, and then I joined the Horde for that Berserker and this Oaf.
Yep.
So that Berserker, that's big because that is a 0-cost unit this turn. So we can take advantage of Frick's ability.
Yeah, which is amazing.
And I have Mook, who's going to, of course, move up and boost the Eater. And, yeah, I didn't like the Oaf on that Vine Wall I know I was doing. But so here's Mook up there, 3 spaces away from both the Eater and the Berserker. So that is, if we've done the math already, that's 7 Mook to die on 6 health Mook. So I am supposed to kill him this turn.
6 health Mick.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I said Mook twice. Is
Yes.
that what I did? Yeah. On a 6 health Mick.
So, if we remember a previous game, Mooks died aren't a sure
not
thing.
everything.
They're not a guarantee here, but it's definitely bad for me. So that's 2 hits.
Yep. 2 hits.
With the Eater. And now he's got 4 die to hit 4, but with Mook's die, that's definitely a better scenario.
Yeah, it's very doable. So now it's definitely doable because I just got 2 for 2.
Yep.
So
I'll attack that wall.
There's
Got 1 hit on that wall.
Yep. I'll attack the wall again. No, I'm attacking Mick the Tusk. So that is a hit.
Of that, because of Mook, it's a hit. So he's got it. Mick is down.
And the Eater is denied. So
Yeah, gosh.
Mick didn't generate any magic.
He cost 5.
Yeah.
But the Eater would still be alive and terrorizing me if I hadn't done that and killing my walls. And so I had to sacrifice Mick for the greater good. And there was definitely a chance that Matt didn't have Mook and a Berserker in his hand. And
join the Horde.
And join the Horde. So yeah,
this.
there's like a good chance that could have gone better for me. It didn't happen to, but that's okay. Matt dictated that move. I had to put Mick there, unless I was willing to let the Eater continue to rampage his way through my walls on my side of the board.
Or just like keep feeding commons to me by attacking him. That would have been worse.
That would have been the worst scenario.
Yep.
For sure. So, Glurblub is lonely and in pain. And Matt's side of the board looks full of his high health units.
I've got some nice health. Yeah, here comes a rogue.
So this is what you can do with the rogues. It's cool.
Yeah. So that
someone behind things.
Right. So now that Berserker is in trouble, whereas he wouldn't have been normally if the rogue was in front of his face. But,
yeah, or just most 1 health commons.
Yeah.
You know, like one cost. I mean, 1 cost commons would not be a threat to a Berserker in this position, but this one is. I guess an Oathsworn would pose some threat, but not the same. So yeah, for two magic just there, I've already set up 6 dice on my turn.
Yep, and it cuts off Mook from moving backwards, and he gets 3 die on him. So Mook is a champion I absolutely don't want to lose. He's the best champion in the world.
Yeah, I actually think he's probably my pick for best champion in the game.
Yeah.
3 hits on that, so that's good. And let's see if I hit Mook.
He's definitely up there. I don't know if I'm willing to concede Loon.
3 hits there too.
Loon is just a loony tune. No, he's one of the best champions in the game for sure.
For sure. Loon's up there as well. I'm just kind of a broad statement to say Mook's the best, but Mook has one of the best abilities I've ever seen, and his stats are nothing to sneeze at. So he's so nice, especially in Frick's deck. Oh my goodness, with throw rocks and things like that as an option. But in any case, so I've probably also sacrificed those 2 rogues. They're very most likely dead as well, but that's okay. They're usually a 1 turn kind of a deal. and they did prevent Mook from being able to run back.
Now, that I did have a handful of common units, except that last one, which was Smeege. Very, very special champion to me. I love Smeege. I love me some Smeege in every Cave Goblin deck, apart from probably the Warden.
Yeah, I guess he's not really special there, but...
Yeah.
Alright, got another Oaf. Matt's got to figure out how to get Mook out of there. He can't probably move in deeper. It's probably a mistake. But keeping him where he is isn't great either, so there aren't any amazing options here. He's probably going to kill all of my rogues.
That's the one weakness of my Frick deck, I'd say, is that it is so common heavy that it really depends on Mook to kind of hold his own as a champion, because the Eater can be fiddled with, and so can Smeege with that. Those are both draining abilities. So Mook kind of has to hold his ground as the champion in this deck.
If in some way Frick hadn't been able to attack that wall and had been forced to attack the rogue or something, or I don't know, or just missed the wall or whatever, I could have had a rogue move behind Frick. That's just one of those, that's why I like rogues in that deck. I just think they give you so many options. It makes your walls on enemy territory so much scarier.
Yep. So this is
I just like Savagers. That's why I have them in there.
So this is not a perfect world for me. I mean, I'm definitely winning, but
yeah, definitely winning, but not necessarily. You have not won yet.
What I meant was, in a perfect world, I'd be able to get Mook back and regroup after that, because I haven't really been able to just slow down since Mick came out, because I really wanted to kill him. So any common could be summoned right there, and that prevents Mook from running backwards again. So he can kind of be focused down. Of course, he's spending commons to do that, if that was the case. And his hand was Events and Rygos, so that's not going to happen this turn.
Yep. Rygos is just an interesting champion. He's powerful and has a direct damage ability. He's just a good champion. It's not. Sometimes you want champions for their strategic abilities and their positioning related abilities and their buff or debuff kind of abilities like Mook or something. But Rygos is really just there to throw some punches and do some wounds. And so I like having one kind of powerful tanky champion in there that's just there for that kind of. He's not special in any other way. I think I also have... I'm trying to think. So I had Mick, who's got his positioning thing going on and is powerful when he... In certain instances, he can be crazy strong. And I can't remember my third champion in this game. Was it Turt, maybe? Might have been Turt. So... But yeah, Rygos was just kind of there as a backup strong champion. I don't know if I have the 7 magic to be able to play him this turn. Oh, I think I might. Yeah, I think I might have deferred my turn to you because it's back to your turn.
Yeah.
So I didn't have the magic to be able to play Rygos, so I think I just deferred to Matt. Said, "Come at me, deal with my swamp."
Yeah. So this is great for me because I can take all the time in the world to just eat away at vine walls.
Yeah, not risk any wounds from them or anything like that either.
Mm-hmm. I have 3 Oafs out on the board. That's
so much
9
health. To
health.
deal with. Yeah, oh my gosh.
And dealing with them is scary, so that's another hit because of Mook. That is not a hit. What?
Yeah, you get an appreciation for how often ones are rolled when you have Mook out on the board.
Yep. Very true.
A 1? That's impossible.
I know.
So
I know. I feel like ones happen more often than possessions do.
yeah, with phantoms.
Right. Well, of course that's true, just as a general statement. But Mook Mooked ones seem to happen more than just a.
And yeah, 6 is with possession.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's because you're the one rolling, and so the game wants to mess you up.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. The will of the game.
But possessions do happen, and they're really exciting.
The summoning stones are like the rings of power, and they have a mind of their own. They have a will of their own. They want to be found.
Oh my god! Oh,
They can't want to be found. Didn't even iterate the point I was like trying to make. Stupid. All right.
Yeah,
so here's the lash, I believe, Vine Lash.
So Evan's done joking. Thank goodness.
So I've got Rygos out here, and so my plan is this: kill the Oaf, and then shoot Mook for a die.
Yep.
This is a good plan. I've got very good odds to do it. Was it like a 75% chance or something?
So for everybody that was keeping track of the events, that is, yeah. So that is
It's hard to watch. Mm-hmm. I was definitely losing this game. There's no way that was like the turning point that made me win, but it killed an Oaf in one turn was the idea, and did another wound to Mook, putting him in some dangerous territory.
Right.
And because Matt doesn't have any magic, he might have another join the horde, right? Do you have one more?
Yeah, it's very possible I have one more. I'm pretty sure I've only played 2.
But even still, it was unlikely for him to be able to whip out any more big units for a little while. Mm-hmm. So what it should have happened there was Rygos wasn't in a terrible position, and now he is in a terrible position because the Oaf now has 3 Mook to die to hit him with. Mm-hmm. So my probably last chance at this game, Rygos, is in trouble. And now Mook is out of the way, and everyone's safe again.
Yep.
And the Oaf is gonna whack me for all of these dice.
For all the marbles.
And that was just 3 normal hits too. Yeah, so.
Yeah, how disappointing. Not really.
Mook didn't do anything. Yeah. You actually got a 7 and 2 4s.
Yeah, that's true.
7 doesn't count for anything more than 6.
Mook. You shouldn't have.
No. So now, shooting the Oaf.
Yeah.
With Frick. So now he's denied me magic too in the process, and he has magic again. Mm-hmm. So that really did hurt me because I didn't have any momentum and I needed to gain a little, and I did not. So that one move was big, but not in the sense that I should, that this would have reversed the whole game for me or something. Just that it really denied me a foothold. Mm-hmm. So I do have Turt in my hand there. So.
Yep.
So I have one more chance at a champion, potentially, if I dropped just about every other card in my deck into Magic.
Yeah, which is...
And I'm not actually positive that if I'd done that,
So, yeah, the worst Rygos could have done to me that turn was run up suicidally and done a wound to Frick.
Yep.
And it was definitely not worth it for him, because he would probably die.
Yep, so Rygos might be able to kill this Oaf, and then if he does that, then it's one more common I have to deal with, or one less common I have to deal with, and one more magic for Turt. Mm-hmm. So he killed that one.
Yep.
So that's good. He's probably still dead either this turn or next turn, but he did what he could.
Now, Rygos, you could have just shot that wall, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if we do that or not, but you should have put a wound on that wall with his ability.
Oh, does it work on walls as well?
Yeah, it works on cards.
Okay. Well, I should have, you're right, I should have shot the wall, but that's... Mm-hmm. I did not. I don't think I remember to do that.
I actually had a game against Joe where I did this cool Fury of God's Home stuff with Rygos by wounding walls.
Yeah, I do remember that now. So I should have, you're right, I should have remembered that and shot the wall.
Yeah.
For all of you, Rygos hopefuls, people learning to play Rygos well. That's a tip. I don't know if anyone actually really uses Rygos in the...
I actually think Rygos is I think a lot of people like Rygos.
Okay.
So I think he is a highly thought of mercenary champion anyway.
He's a good champion. Again, he's just kind of solid. He's not... He doesn't have any real tricky plays you can pull with him. He's just kind of...
Right.
Does a lot of damage.
Yeah, that was the extent of his cool stuff, is killing a unit in the way and shooting another one.
Yeah.
That's cool, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. So now he's got 3 dice to hit me for 3.
Yeah. Yep. So here I am, closing in on big Rygos. And 3 for 3 is the odds in this case. So I just hit 2 normal ones there. With that Berserker, he doesn't have anything else to assault, but that's fine. Here comes big Oaf monster, and Rygos is gone. So that is two very good champions dead, and I still have Mook alive. So
yeah, and not within an easy kill range either. He's still got 4 life left, so he's not.
Yep.
He's not in any real trouble, even if I was able to get to him.
Mm-hmm. And that was Mook attacking the vine wall under the Oaf there at the end.
Now Turt would help me against Mook because he's harder to hit in general.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be helpful. You'd only have like a 50-50 chance, right, of hitting him per attack per die.
Right, but that's very easy to hit and run against Turt if he's the only thing left.
Gosh, especially Frick can do that easily.
Yeah,
he can do that all day long.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point I'd have to move Glurblub up. Pretty much my only chance at this game, ladies and gentlemen, is to get a Hail Mary Swamp the Minion with Glurblub.
Yeah, and that's
on Frick specifically.
Yep, and that's not even looking that possible either with all this vine wall nibbling going on. Yeah. You have to generate vine walls somehow.
Yeah, well, I've still got 5 on the board right now. It's not probably going to stay that way for long, but I have 5 on the board. If I were able to kill Mook and those other units, and then just if I was able to will it down to just me with Glurblub and Frick, and I could get a Swamp the Minion off. That's kind of my shot at this game.
Mm-hmm.
Or even just if I was able to force a draw or something, that'd be nice. I don't know, we've never really played with draws, but we've only really come close to it once, right? So
right. Well, in this situation, it wouldn't really be possible.
Well, if we were just both on the opposite sides of a wall, and you didn't want me to take a shot with Vine Dominion on Frick.
Oh, I would just. I would absolutely just run him up.
Yeah, I'm sure you would just let it happen, but
yeah.
That's really kind of my only chance here.
Yeah, the only genuine draw we almost had was that Fallen Phoenix versus the Guild Dwarves was almost a real draw.
Yep. That was actually kind of close.
Mm.
So alright, so I'm definitely not in a great position here, and I can't do anything about that. Frick at full health, Mook, 2 commons, here we go, Savager. Yes, I like that.
So there goes 4 magic.
That could have been used on Turt.
Yeah, so Turt is a very slim chance at this point of coming out.
Yeah, I definitely gave up on that idea.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of looked at the cards in my hand. I realized I could not generate 6 magic if I wanted to also keep Swamp Dominion in my hand.
Right.
Because I had to somehow kill these commons. And I believe the only card left in my hand is Swamp Dominion.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see I had to somehow generate 2 magic out of absolutely nowhere with a 1 life left Glurblub.
Yep.
So Turt was not an option. This Savager is my last chance.
Mm-hmm.
The Oaf can get a nice hit on him, but I'm hoping that any other common that moves up to him just won't hit him. So, alright. Got to hit with the Oaf. Now here's the struggle.
Yep.
The Savager is very likely to do 2 wounds to the Oaf.
Mm-hmm.
He's not likely to do 1, he's not likely to do 3. And, yep, there's 2. So now the Oaf is extremely likely to kill the Savager.
Yep.
And then I've lost. Almost assuredly.
Yep. And that's a dead Savager.
Yep. Even without Mook, that was a dead Savager. It was just a very, very dead Savager. So I'm moving back. I'm forcing Matt to come to me.
Yep.
It's not that I think I've got a good chance at this game or something, but again, if I just get Swamp the Minion off on Frick, maybe.
Yeah. So
I mean, I've been in a worse position than this, and won against Frick. I don't know. It wasn't probably worse than
no,
this.
this is way worse.
This is much worse. Yeah.
Okay, because Frick Frick isn't forced to do anything.
No, he's not. He's not.
Yeah.
Frick can do whatever he wants. And you're down to your last hand as well.
Yeah.
We've both decked out at this point.
Yep. But I have a few commons in there.
Yeah.
And Smeege. I still have Smeege.
Yep. So, well, it's nice to know, though, that I burned through so much magic. You know, a couple Savagers, 2 Champions, and a Swordsman. I think that's all I actually summoned this game. No, 2 Rogues.
Yeah, those Rogues. Yep.
So that's actually a hefty sum of magic. What is that? 7, 14, 19 magic I played this game? Something like that?
Yeah.
Around 19 magic I played this game. And
yep.
And I actually and you did not play 19 magic. There almost assuredly you played around 10, right?
Yep. Because it
might have just been 9. It might have just been your champions.
Yeah, because I pretty much summoned 0 costs and joined the Horde. So.
Yeah. So it actually might have just been your I can't remember if you actually ever summoned an Oaf or a Berserker.
I might have summoned a real Oaf. I don't know. Difficult to say at this point.
It doesn't. Yeah, that's far in the game, but it doesn't really matter. The point is, I summoned a lot more magic than you, and we both ended our decks, and we both ran through our decks, and I'm still alive. I'm definitely not going to win.
I killed the wall with 2 and 2 ones.
That's awful. What a roll. So, but just it's nice to know that was still. You know, here I am. You've got Mook and Frick, and you're definitely gonna whoop me now that you have Smeege in your hand. But
yep.
And maybe a common. You know, even just a regular common's just gonna win this for you at this point. But
yeah.
But even still, it was a good run. I had a good run here. For where I was.
Yeah, that was a good game considering how huge a lead I had at the start.
It's nice to know that the Cave Goblin economy holds kind of where it normally does, that they don't seem to generate quite as much magic usually, but they don't need it, and that's okay. And they just run on kind of lower magic the whole game.
Yeah, they run on the opponent's magic, which is very interesting. Yeah.
And
or like the opponents, you kill them.
Yeah, you don't really drop anything as the goblins generally. But the mercs, I spent a ton of magic, and was able to just kind of hold out for a long time. But it was a very Remember the Alamo situation.
That was Smeege, who's out of range of Mook.
Yep.
That was
Smeege.
But
you had throw rocks here with.
That's game. That was a double throw rocks.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. It's been fun. Until next time.
Until next time. SummoNerds out.